Hey everyone! Welcome back. I am back today with the season finale of Vinland Saga, you guys. I cannot wait to see how we're going to wrap up this season. I'm assuming not the series, but at least this series, this chapter of the story. If you're joining me early today, you know just what it means. It means you are one of my awesome patrons. Thank you so much, and as always, I'm sending you up those big old hugs right through that screen. And if not, still thank you for joining me today. I'm glad you're here. I do hope you'll consider supporting me that way. The link to my Patreon is going to be in the description down below. So, last time on Vinland Saga, it really did feel like we were ramping up towards like the next part of our story. We have finally Thorfinn just, I feel like, beginning to listen to reason. I'm not going to say he's like all at once like, yeah, I'm done with the revenge thing. I'm gonna, you know, I don't think it's going to be anything like that, but I do think he's, at least for the first time in a very, very, very long time, considering some other possibility. You know, we saw Leif really trying to hit it home to him that, like, he needs to come home, and he wasn't really, you know, getting through to him with that, but, you know, he did get him to at least kind of give some consideration to, like, visiting and, you know, the possibility of Vinland. So we finally, at, like, the eve of the finale, get like some solid plans and even a mention of Vinland. I think we've mentioned Vinland like twice in the whole series, or maybe I think it was three times. But still, for a show called Vinland Saga, it's they're really stringing us along with the mystery of Vinland here. So you know, and I think he actually was like giving, I think what kind of turned the tide for him was when Leif mentioned that, you know, he had a duty to fulfill to Thor's, you know, Leif did, to make sure that Thorfinn was all right. I think that's kind of like when it started to click, like, oh, I'm not the only one living my life for Thor's, you know, for my dad. Like, there are other ways to look at this, you know, that if I wanted to honor him by going with Leif, you know, I don't know if that's what he was thinking. That's just kind of like what I interpreted from it. I think he's at least, like, I don't think he's, like, at this point made any solid plans. I think he literally just, for the first time, considered something else. Meanwhile, we have another storm brewing over with Askeladd and co. We had, you know, all the great foundation work that Askeladd did with all the stuff we saw previously, like the assassination attempt on Canute and like all the stuff to push the king into a corner to kind of like make sure Canute was taken care of, worked, except apparently at random, the king has decided like the people of Wales are not being obedient to him and he's gonna go after Wales. Really feels like it has nothing to do with Askeladd. They did not know Askeladd's allegiance or origins or anything. But of course, you know, Floki noticed that Askeladd twinged in pain when they mentioned that. So, you know, of course he would be looking at just that instant because, you know, because it wouldn't be any fun if he hadn't been. Now they know there's something going on with Askeladd and Wales. So I don't, and we saw Askeladd like with the formulas in front of his, you know, not really, but you know the meme with the formulas in front of his face, trying to figure out like what do I do? And it didn't really sound like he had come up with like anything solid as to like a good way to handle it. So I'm very curious to see like how is he going to handle it. So basically, you know, we kind of have set the stage. I don't know if we're going to get, this one's called like something or other, the epilogue. So I don't know if we're going to get a lot of like, are we going to get like a cliffhanger in this one? Or is it literally going to be an epilogue? Like, okay, Thorfinn decided to go to Vinland. Askeladd's, you know, dealing with the Wales situation and you know, we're gonna just kind of leave it open there for, because I have no idea if this is getting a second season, if it's already been confirmed, if it's already like being released. I have no clue. So I wonder, like, would they leave it on a cliffhanger or would they leave it in a spot where like, you know, it's believable this might wrap up the story. I don't know. I just feel like they will. I feel like they have not told, I feel like they have more story to tell, and that's the way they're setting it up. I could be wrong. It's happened before. But I just kind of get that feeling. So, all right, guys, without further ado, what do you say we jump in and find the heck out? Let's go. Oh, you have no idea. I like how there's all this politeness, but they're playing the scary music. Oh, no, no, no. Askeladd, don't. Oh, and he knows they noticed. What? Askeladd? Askeladd, are you really doing this? After all that, he's taking the direct approach. After all that lying and subterfuge and just like strategy since he was 11 years old, he's just gonna straight up take the direct approach and be like, are you sure about that? He's like, sorry, but I've been doing this whole thing for whales. Okay, he's gonna fast talk though. Oh, so not worth it. Oh, everyone agrees. Thorkel's just like, he does good at talking. So, catch more flies with honey, in other words, is what he's kind of trying to play this off as. Like, they'll see you as a good king and they'll stop being rebellious. Oh, no. Oh, no. Thorkel's just like, ooh, blood? Thorkel smells blood in the water. Oh, good. Wow. Did he? Oh! I knew he was going to whisper something intimidating to him. Okay. Oh no, what a terrible choice. So he did know? I don't think he had time to look him up between last episode and this one. Oh, triggered! No, he should not have said that. Oh. What is it, Thorfinn? You like the birdie? Oh no. He's like, don't go away, birdie. I've never seen him just like focus on something like that not since he was a kid. His eyes widened for the first time in like what, 10 or 11 years? What? Oh, Thorfinn, no! Thorfinn, why? Oh man, he had him on the boat and everything. God bless it. Oh no. What is happening? What's he gonna do? Oh! Askeladd, what are you doing? Why choose now? Why choose now to take the direct approach? Cause he backed him into a corner. Oh no. And we're doing this. And oh, Askeladd, what happened to you're not gonna stir up any trouble? We're doing this. We're doing this. Oh. Oh my. Not acting normal is a very nice way to put this. Oh, hot darn. Yeah. You know what? He's doing exactly what he warned Thorfinn about though. What's his real? They've never told us. What's your real name? Oh, Lucius. Oh, so he does want to be king? Oh! Oh no! Oh my god! Is this gonna be one of those things where this is just like what played out in his head and he didn't really do it? I bet you do. You've been holding that in for how many decades? Good God, he just straight up, he threw the strategy, he threw all the politics out the window. Oh. Yeah, no, Canute wouldn't be happy about that. And I guess he's in charge now, Canute? Oh, and Thorfinn just has no clue. Thorfinn just went chasing a bird, so... Askeladd's just wrecking house. What is he, right? What is he doing? Okay. When Thorfinn is saying you're acting rash, you're in some real trouble. You are in some real trouble. Thorfinn's the one person trying to get into this. How ironic it will be if Thorfinn is the one who brings Askeladd out of his rage. Oh, now he's gonna pout, because the king was his. He hasn't gone mad. Wait, what? I see. What does that mean? He's... Oh. Oh, he really is triggered there, though, I think. Okay, so it was all part of his strategy. Askeladd, honey, what makes you think they're gonna make you king, though? Like, if he was being for real. Oh no, Thorfinn's gonna think this is real. Oh, son of a gun. What? And now he's just back to being totally calm. Why, though? I thought he said he was gonna let Thorkel put an end to it. Oh, no! Why? Canute, why? I guess there was no way for this to end. Was this the plan all along, to make Canute look like a good, fierce king by killing the guy who killed the king? Yup, it was. It absolutely was. Well, I was so wrong. I thought he just snapped. He orchestrated this whole thing. Oh, he is gonna get to kill him, but not in the way he's like, here you go. You are, huh? It's weird. Oh. God, Askeladd, don't make me cry for you, Askeladd. I don't think he was doing it to spite you, honey. Ugh. Oh, Thorfinn. He's like, really, dude? I'm dying. He's like, I hate kids. That's the best Askeladd way to go out. Best last words. Oh. That's a good question. Yeah, what are you gonna do now? How is Askeladd mentoring him right now? I can't believe they're We're sharing this moment right now. A true warrior like what Thor's. Is he setting him free? He's setting him free so he can go live his life. Oh, his eye. Oh no! I would kind of think it's Canute. I'm listening. Oh man. With the blood on his face. Everyone take a knee. Okay. Giving Thorfinn wisdom. Thorfinn, just see beyond the rage, please. He's gone, Thorfinn. Release it. Oh my god, what a shot. Oh my god, all that he... His whole life. His whole life. Oh my god. Who? I'm not sure I know who the people are that they're showing right now. All right, you guys. That was amazing. This whole time I've been trying to figure out, I kind of had a feeling that Askeladd would get killed at some point. But I never really knew how are they going to do that in a way that's satisfying to the story. Because if it's Thorfinn that does it, he gets his revenge, but there's no coming back from that, and that kind of takes him further away from the route that Thor's wanted him to go down, and that I think we, the audience, kind of are hoping that he'll go down, in terms of just, like, moving on with his life and everything, and not being so dedicated to his revenge. I can't believe I bought it at first. Of course it was some mastermind plan of Askeladd's. Not even like mastermind, but just the only option he had at that point, in the heat of the moment, was the only way to make it work with both Canute and Wales, like saving them both, was to get the king out of the way, but have it done in a way that didn't put blood on Canute's hands. And he did it. He did it. And then when Canute told Thorkel, like, don't worry, I'll have you put an end to it. And, you know, soon. I don't know if he really believed that or if he was just saying that to calm down Thorkel. But then he, of course, it was the golden opportunity for him to step in, kill Askeladd. Like, Askeladd literally laid down his life for what he believed in. He was not what I would call, you know, Mr. Morals by any means. I wouldn't say he was a good guy as what we're used to with most, like, protagonists in most stories. But good Lord, if he didn't just stay determined and stay focused on doing what he thought was right for the world, like, maybe more so than anyone else in this show. He was so dedicated, and he literally laid down his life so that Canute could take that final shot and be the hero and take the crown. And on top of that, he's even like, oh, hey, Thorfinn, sup? So here I am. If you want to technically kill me, go ahead. I'm dying anyway. And of course, Thorfinn's like, meh! Just like freaking out like he always does. And he takes that opportunity to make Thorfinn question his life. Like, hey, bro, I'm dying. Oh, have you thought about what you're going to do after I die? Have you given any thought to that? Didn't think so. Go be a warrior, a real one. The kind that your father thought was a real warrior. Didn't say that, but I think that was, you know, like in my head, I kind of like inferred that there because of what we knew about. I don't know. I'm trying to think of when Thor said that. He said it to Thorfinn. So I don't know if Askeladd was ever even like aware of like Thor's statement about that. Oh, I think he was, though. I think he was. Because the brothers knew. The brothers knew that he saved everyone during the fight. Like, not save them, but he didn't kill anyone. But the line about, like, a real warrior doesn't need a sword was to Thorfinn. So I don't think Askeladd ever even knew that. Unless it was said and I'm just forgetting. But story-wise, like, that fits to me there, that he said, like, go be a true warrior. And we know that there's that line that's been kind of floating throughout the series about, you know, what Thor's thought a real warrior looked like. And he just took that opportunity. He just went out and he just helped everyone on his way out of life. On his way out of this mortal plane of existence. He just like helped everybody. He helped Canute. He helped whales. He helped Thorfinn. And yeah, I mean, I'm not, you know, it definitely was for his own agenda, because that was like his whole life was building towards putting a true king on the throne and helping whales and everything. But still though, I mean, it was quite the way to go out. It was quite the way to go. I really thought he had snapped at first. I'm like, oh God, in an ironic twist of fate, he's gonna snap and give into his rage as he just chastised Thorfinn for doing. But no, it was he went out like Askeladd. He really did. It was epic. So is Thorfinn, like, what are we doing now? Because I thought when he turned around and saw Canute, and Canute was like, for me, that was clearly Canute trying to let him off the hook. Like, go live your life, you know? And he's just like, no, and just slices him. Is Thorfinn, like, is Thorfinn going to be able to move past this now? I feel like he has to. But there have been so many points where I felt like this is the moment it's going to turn around. This is the moment it's going to turn around. This is the moment. And he never flippin' gets it. Then again, like, what is there left to fight now? Unless he just goes and, like, takes up another fight just to, like, fill the void instead of, like, moving on with his life. I have no idea. Honestly, like, loving Thorfinn is hard. It's hard to love Thorfinn. You want to love Thorfinn, but what we're watching is like Thorfinn just like slamming his head against the wall over and over and over. And we're like, Thorfinn, no. Thorfinn, stop. Thorfinn, you're bleeding. Thorfinn, you're going to get brain damage. Stop. And he's just like, no. And he keeps doing it. So it's hard. It's hard to love Thorfinn. But I do love him. I want to see him just like be all right. Greatly apologize. I did not recognize the people at the end. I don't know. Maybe they were just like random people, but I doubt like they're going to go out just showing us random people. But I didn't recognize any of them. I'm so sorry. Please clue me in on like what that was supposed to mean. If it's supposed to mean anything, maybe it's not. Maybe it was just like the bird's eye view. The bird that we saw was just like flying over stuff. And they're like, here's what the bird saw. I have no idea. But something tells me it's probably important and it's probably going right over my head like a bird. So clue me in because I'm curious now. If it wasn't evident, I absolutely loved this series. I really hope there's another season. I feel like they could end it there, but I really want to see the next part of the story. I really want to see Canute trying to rule. I really want to see Thorfinn doing whatever he's gonna do. So clue me in if there's a season 2, or if it's in the works, or if there's been whispers, or if there's anything out in the universe even pertaining to it at this time. I think it's based on a manga, so I'm sure there's like more to it than that in the manga, like, right? Like there has to be. But I loved it. I absolutely loved it. We blurred so many lines in this because, it just occurred to me when Canute saw Askeladd kill the king and he got angry. I thought it was because he was murdering, and maybe it was, but maybe he was also angry that like he could see where it was going and he knew what he was doing and he knew he'd end up having to kill Askeladd, which was such a, his whole thing was like he was going to like make paradise on earth and like it wasn't going to be about killing, but now he was like kind of forced into that corner of like having to do it to like prove he was worthy. Can I just say, I'm getting way off the beaten path here, but can I just say, when Askeladd gets stabbed and he just turns to Canute and just goes like completely back to normal, like, my prince, was this your first time killing somebody? Good job. Definitely dying. I'm just like, that's Askeladd for you. He's just always got a cool head. Cannot believe I bought it at first. Of course Askeladd wouldn't really lose it like that. He's been being cattle prodded about like his upbringing and everything like his entire life. So that's probably not going to make him snap. But anyway, what was I saying? They blurred so many lines here. Like, you know, we start out and like if you had made me put money down at like episode 5 about what this was going to be about, I would have said, you know, oh, it's going to be Thorfinn trying to get his revenge, but like learning stuff along the way. And, you know, I would have never guessed that we'd end up with Askeladd as this hugely awesome, sympathetic character, yet also not like without, you know, like, let's not forget he still like killed that entire village like how many episodes ago. And he didn't, you know, I don't think he had a whole ton of regrets about it, aside from just the fact that he had to become that kind of person in order to survive in this world. So maybe he did have regrets, I don't know, but still did it. Didn't look like he was not sleeping at night. Yet Thorfinn, the one who we start out with, who was the sweetest and most innocent and most sympathetic at the beginning of the series, we end with him just like I said, just hitting his head against a brick wall over and over, to the point where you just want to scream at the screen. Wouldn't say he was a villain by that point, but I mean, certainly did not take the direction I thought it was going to. I think they did a great job with that. Definitely about like halfway, 3/4 through the series, I was like, I don't even know who the main character is anymore. There were times when we didn't see Thorfinn. We might see him like grimace in the background a little bit for like a few minutes, but like we didn't see Thorfinn for a while. They were focusing on other people. Canute, you know, when they introduced Canute, I'm like, oh, he's gonna be like the precious boy that everyone's trying to protect, and it's like, no, he kind of learns where he fits in this world and is no longer, you know, kind of that pure precious boy. Certainly he has his ideals that he wants to follow through with, that may seem more morally good than what others on the show are doing, but he certainly, like, I would say the innocence was not there anymore. So they just, like, at every turn surprised me. I love the themes that we get, father themes, parenting themes. We saw a lot of, before I move on with that thought, I just want to say it's interesting to me how we saw Askeladd killing his best friend a few episodes back, and they were, even though he hated Danes, that was still like his best friend in the whole world. And also here we had Thorfinn, who didn't actually ever, I mean, I guess you could say shaking him kind of killed him, but he never actually took the killing blow. But, you know, we had Thorfinn in that position, and even though he hates Askeladd's like undoubtedly probably the closest person to him at this point. Like whether he hates him or not. Interesting little parallel. So what I was going to say is there's a lot of parallels in the show. We have a lot of, you know, kind of compare and contrast between like Canute and his father and Thor's and his father. And then we find out Askeladd and his father. There's a big story there. And even to a degree, like the father-ish role that Askeladd takes with Thorfinn, even though Thorfinn certainly would never, agree to that or put it that way. But I mean, it's there, like at the end there, the mentoring was real. And I dare say he kind of said to him, I think that was like a Thor's approved message. I think Thor's would have approved of that. And he even said, like, go beyond where your father went and everything. So I think he is going to go to Vinland. I think he is. Anyway, guys, I could go on and on about how much I love this. I think I loved it because you've been watching along with me. So, fingers crossed for season 2. I absolutely loved this. As usual, you guys rocked it with the recommendation. I hope you enjoyed watching along with me. I really had a blast with this. I hope I get to see more. I'm going to be watching other stuff. I think this is going to be immediately replaced by the new season of Promised Neverland. So if you like Promised Neverland, please join me for that. If you don't, maybe give it a chance or give a chance to some of my other reactions because I react to a lot. So guys, as always, thank you so much for joining me today. Please be sure to join me next time. We will watch it together. Bye for now, guys.